Yeah. I don't know, but I just thought that was interesting. What is freaking out? My name is Eve.
My name is Sarah.
And we are Burnt Out Perfectionist.
Yes.
Happy final episode. Well, today is August 30th.
Woohoo! Which means my brain will reactivate now.
So, on Monday, it'll officially be September. Well, like, it'll be the first episode we post in September.
Yeah.
We don't really listen to the holidays just because we think it's, like, fun to be consistent. We don't record on Mondays, by the way.
No.
Today's Friday. And we're excited because it's fall season. The superior season. We were just talking about some fun plans that we have for October.
Yes.
Specifically, not just around spooky season, some other exciting things that we've decided to do. Well, not decided. We've talked about it for months.
It's like talking about it, looking into it more, and then being like, you know what, like, let's execute it. I don't know if anybody else has this thought process, but like, I'll go through the thought process where I'm like, oh my God, this is such a good idea. And then you're like, this is so good. Let me write some ideas down. And then you're like, oh my goodness. Okay, well, let me research. And then sometimes you just end up like completely dumbfounding yourself when you're doing all that like research and looking into stuff. And then life comes up, a million other things get in the way, you blink, and it's been like months later, and you're like, oh yeah, that thing. I totally was planning on doing that thing. And now I may be available to do said thing.
Yeah. So we had a little discussion this morning of what our ideas are and stuff, which are exciting. We'll probably continue that conversation after, but let us know down below what you think it is.
Yep. Put a little guessy guess in there.
Little guess, yes. So I had two things. I don't know what you wanted to do today for this one.
Okay.
I thought we could do Am I the Asshole on Reddit?
And one on Reddit.
Okay. Or let's just do that one. Never mind. I'm not giving you an option.
Okay.
I'd rather just consistently do this.
Yeah.
I just where to go. Yeah. How's everybody's day? I hope everybody's having a great day. Hopefully, if you're listening to this on Monday at 6 a.m., bless your soul. I will be getting up for work. Really thrilled. I work the long weekend. We love that. But it does mean that I get days off afterwards. Winning. She's just looking for it.
I'm trying to find it. It was like a good one too.
Well, while we're waiting, my survive and thrive. My survive is, I'm tired. That's pretty much all. I'm just tired all the time, if I'm honest. And I might have broken my toe this morning. I haven't told Sarah this yet.
Jesus Christ, what?
So I was organizing her desk upstairs because I had a cord wrapped around my ankle. And so I was like, oh, might as well redo it. And then there was a box that had some of the leftover painting stuff when I did the kitchen cabinet.
Oh, okay.
And it swung over and it broke in half and it landed on my foot.
No.
So I've just ignored my toe.
Oh, that's what I do. It's like, oh, it's warm, it's tingly, oh, it's probably broken. You know what? That's a later when I take my sock off problem.
Yeah, and then let down. And then my thrive is, slowly but surely, I've been cleaning more of the house. I got to spend this whole week with Sarah and the kiddo. Yeah. Well, I worked most of it.
Yeah.
So good to hang out with them.
Yes, it did.
Don't really know what else. Did you find it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, what's your survive and thrive?
My survive and thrive. Well, I don't know. I haven't been in my house for a week, which is super weird. Woo! I've been living at mainly because it just makes sense. Because I would be coming back and forth anyways, with my kid, and makes sense. Wow, makes more sense, like food wise and stuff like that. You know, like for like meals and everything. And yeah, so I don't know. I feel like I got some stuff done, but I feel like it was like pretty chill, which was nice because like it's a long weekend coming up where we are, and school starts next week, so it was fun just to like have chill out hang time with my daughter, and I got to take her to like the park and stuff like that, which was super fun, and like the playground, and we did that like just the two of us together, like in the evenings and stuff like that. We did invite others, but others were tired. And yeah, It's super fun. I survive life. Every single where I turn up, there is people need money. There's things breaking. There's things happening. And I feel like this happens all the time at the end of August. And no matter how much I try to prep for this, it just does not work. But yeah.
True. So this is the first time we've ever done Am I the Asshole?
Yeah. This is, we've seen like other people do that, and we'll watch like some of like the YouTube videos and listen to other podcasts that do this. But we thought it would be fun just to do it like ourselves.
Do you want me to read it, or do you want?
I can read it. Am I the asshole for adopting my brother's affair baby? I saw that title and I was like, hello. I, 26 female, am in a long-term committed relationship with another woman, 23 female. Both of us have always known that we wanted kids. And we've had a lot of discussions about just how that might happen. My brother, 34 male, cheated on his wife, 32 female, with a younger female, who was 21. He had been carrying on an affair with her for 2 years.
I have a question. Did this start when she was 19, or did this start?
Yeah, I know. So it says 2 years. So I'm thinking 19. So the person he had an affair with says that nothing started until after she was 18, for what it's worth. Okay. However, all of this came to light when she got pregnant and came to our family. My brother wanted her to abort, but she wasn't comfortable with that, and he convinced her to go with adoption instead. Obviously, this caused major trouble in his marriage. Yeah, think. Our family all came to know about his affair, and I actually ended up offering a lot of support. We generally became friends, my significant other and I, with said person. Said person is not in a position to be raising a child, and she's not really interested in motherhood. However, my partner has a little bit of baby fever, and she asked if we could be the ones to adopt the child. Our state actually makes private adoptions pretty straightforward, so we made the arrangements through an attorney. The person in question who had the affair with my brother was happy about this, and we told her that we'd be glad to have her in the baby's life as it fits her ability to be around. She gave birth to our beautiful daughter and has been living with my partner and I ever since. But legally, I'm her mother. My parents have been thrilled about this. Those are some progressive parents. Because they love the idea of their grandchild around. They've had great help and are consistently helping us look after our daughter. My brother, however, is severely unhappy about this, to say the least. He didn't want us to adopt her, and he says that her being around our family functions and everything and everyone's lives so much is upsetting his wife. They've reconciled more or less, and she's kind of stuck with him since she's been his
stay-at-home partner since
she was 20. And there are reasons why a divorce might not go well for her. But he says that our daughter is a constant sore point.
Both my brother and his wife are resolutely child-free, and his wife has literally threatened to divorce him if he attempted to gain custody over our now daughter. My brother says that there are a million other ways that my partner or I could have gotten a baby, and that it was selfish and asshole-ish to force his mistress baby back into his life after trying to repair things. He repeatedly pointed out that my partner still thinks she might want to get pregnant at some point soon, and the fact that I haven't denied that I might be pregnant someday as reasons why we shouldn't have let this baby go to some other family, where she, in quotations, where she won't automatically cause trouble. He is also only upset about our daughter being in the family, but about the child's birth mother being around as well. He really hates her because he feels like she tried to baby trap him. This could not be further from the truth, as she has never wanted the baby one way or the other. As how she got pregnant, they were using condoms, and he thought she was also on birth control. The birth mother has admitted that she lied about being on birth control because she didn't like the side effects and he was using condoms anyway. She admits this was dumb. She was pretty sure she got pregnant when my brother got lazy and patient and used the same condoms from a second round. My brother is absolutely furious at her and thinks that she did it on purpose. But she didn't. And besides that, she was like 19 or something, and obviously not the one at fault here. He's upset about the fact that we didn't plan on keeping his paternity a secret when our daughter is old enough to ask questions, and he repeatedly said that it was his problem was solved and we unsolved it.
My brother used to be our parents' favorite. He has a very prestigious, very high-paying job. He's their firstborn son, and until they accepted that he and his wife were truly serious about being child-free, they figured he was their best chance at grandkids. I, on the other hand, have always been the family weirdo, and my parents have never really understood my personality, and while they haven't been homophobic or anything, I sometimes have gotten the vibe that they were a little disappointed. I was mostly dating women and settled down with another woman, and that they might have been hoping my sexuality was just a phase and that I'd eventually settle down with a man. Now, however, since my brother has gotten tons of flack from them and they've been practically showering myself and my partner with love and support, he is clearly very jealous. My brother has said that I brought his biological daughter into a fucked up family situation and that I should have let her have a chance of going to a normal household. And he has come dangerously close to implying that it's wrong for me to be raising her in a non-married, semi-open relationship between two women rather than a traditional married heterosexual household. I've told him that he can shove his implications and that any part of this that's a problem for him is his own damn fault. Everyone loves our daughter, and as far as I'm concerned, that if that causes problems with himself and his wife, that's on him.
Some of my friends, acquaintances have expressed limited sympathy for my brother and said that they can understand how fucked up his life is, though. But I disagree. The affair happened, and I don't feel like he should be relying on his wife forgetting about it by just keeping it out of sight and out of mind, like she's a goldfish or something. Am I the asshole for adopting my brother's affair daughter? Just a small edit so I don't have to repeat myself in the comments or things before. People have asked if my brother could stop the adoption. Technically, sort of, but actually no. If my brother tried to block the adoption from going through, then the birth mother could also back out. That would just mean that she keeps the baby. That would mean that my brother pays child support, and it would mean that our parents would have completely disowned him, and would probably have the birth mother move in with them, and that our aunts and uncles and entire extended family would have gone completely nuclear, tearing his life apart. He never had the ability to try to block exactly one person from being able to adopt without giving the birth mother the ability to call the whole thing off and accept that she's forced to keep the baby. He never had the option to get what he wanted, which would be why our daughter would just disappear.
My brother really didn't have any choice about whether or not the adoption went through, not unless he wanted to pay the birth mother child support and still have the daughter around anyway, probably even more. I've never been close with my brother's wife, and I've always just been the annoying sister to my brother. And she's always just been his wife to me. And when I was a kid, she seemed to think I was a pest. And even since I've been an adult, she's always been pretty clear that she doesn't like my fashion or my politics or my lifestyle, in quotations. We've never had any kind of feud or drama, but we've also never done more than exchange pleasantries and small talk at family gatherings. It's not like we talked much before, so it would have been weird to start talking to her now.
For as much as she says that she cares about traditional values, and as much as she's criticized the concept of open relationships, she's also been unfaithful to her husband before. I asked my mom, and she confirmed that my brother spotted her nudes on his former friend's phone years ago. And my mom has also told me that my brother confirmed his wife and the friend did meet up physically together. She didn't want to go into the brother's to my brother's business any more than that, and I don't want to pry anymore. She and my brother do have a prenup, and while I don't know the terms of everything that goes on in their marriage, people have implied that a divorce might not go well for her. Also, to clarify, the birth mother is not constantly around or is there at every family function or anything like that. My partner and I are friends with her, and she's at our place once in a while. And she's at our parents' even rarer than that. She doesn't come to every gathering or hang around constantly, even though me and my parents have told her that she obviously can. She is my daughter's birth mother, and we want to have a good relationship with her and for our daughter to have a chance to get to know her. Regarding telling our daughter that my brother is her bio dad, that's not really much of a choice. We want her to know we are her bio family, and we want her to know that her grandparents are her bio grandparents. Unless we told her a giant lie and pretended that none of us were related to her, this would be absolutely no way to hide it. That my brother is her bio father. Our parents only have one son. We don't plan to super highlight the fact or anything, but our daughter won't be too old before it would be completely obvious. We don't want to lie to her.
Finally, my partner and I are over the moon to be parents and madly in love with our daughter. I can't imagine that sending her away from two loving parents and a whole biological family that deeply loves her and wants her would be justified by the idea that she might sometimes have to talk to her asshole biological dad, or that she might sometimes see her biological father's wife make a little angry scrunchy face at her. Her grandparents love her, my aunts and uncles love her, and both of her moms absolutely love her. She has a safe and secure home, and none of us would want to see her thrown out into the unknown. This edit wasn't small as I thought it was going to be, but oh well. Thanks to everyone who had insight and words of encouragement. We really appreciate it.
Before I want to share our opinion, I just want to share some of the comments.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't get past the part of her using a condom.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? How fucking cheap are you?
Did I read that correctly? His wife is a stay-at-home partner, but they have no children together. She doesn't work? Well, this situation made a wake-up call for her to get some form of job.
Yeah.
And then there was one other one that I read that I was just like, what? Nothing started until after she was 18. Interesting.
Oh, I love, if the dumbass doesn't get a vasectomy, it won't be his last child.
If only there was a reason my brother could have avoided all this drama. Okay, I feel like there's so many things wrong with that whole situation.
Okay, so I literally read the title and I was like, I am just going to read the title and the first paragraph to see if it's super graphic or anything. And then I'm just going to have it where we read it all out for the first time hearing it, because that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, which is why there was also hums and pauses, because there was a lot of paragraphs. For one part, I'm assuming this is in America.
Yes, because it says child support payments and the way it said in our state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Canada, at least, it is extremely difficult for a homosexual couple to adopt or go through a surrogacy journey or all of that.
Yeah.
So it's extremely expensive.
Yeah.
So start off with that. Obviously, we don't know them personally, but it seems like, one, they're out of an appropriate age.
Yeah, 100%.
They have had the conversation that they want to have a child.
Yes.
Also, I don't know if we've seen all of the videos of foster kids not getting adopted.
Well, and there's I can't remember what the percentage was. I literally saw a video the other day, but there are tens of thousands of children in the foster care system and the adoption system. I could see someone fighting the fact, though, that this is a baby. So babies, anybody under the age of 3 has a higher chance of being adopted. Between 3 and 7 is a lower, that's where everything starts to gear down. And then when it's a teenager, it's basically impossible. They're basically going to be in group homes and then be put out on their own at 18 with whatever skills that they have been given.
Also, why are we blaming the 19-year-old who got pregnant, well, the 21-year-old that got pregnant,
Yeah.
off of his affair?
No. Why are we blaming the baby? Why is there any blame and emphasis on this baby that this baby is the issue? Buddy, It's not the issue. You know what's the issue? Your penis. Thank you.
Also, well, she lied to me about being on birth control. It says that he assumed.
It says that he assumed, but then she admitted that she lied. All in all, that's a shitty conversation in general. But if he was like so specific about her needing to be on that, then like, I don't know, it's not bad to be like, oh, okay, are you on birth control? Yeah, okay, which one are you on? Or can I help you pay for it because you're insisting that she's on it? Or you're using condoms and buying them, but then using them twice?
Okay, also, I was hella judgy because with the beginning part when I was like, his wife was like done with it and like didn't care and like moved past it, I was like, excuse me? I'm sorry. He's been cheating on you for 2 years and you're like, yeah, it's fine. And then we continue reading and I was like, oh.
Because she's also done it. So maybe it's like a tit for tat situation. But I think the other thing is too, is it's just like, well, I did this, you did this. Okay. And you get to stay at home and do whatever and I'll help support whatever lifestyle that you have. A lot of people, especially if purchasing things and not having a career, something that they have in their perspective, that may sound like an ideal situation to them.
But also like the birth mom got pregnant and is like, oh great, I'll give this. You guys have obviously supported her and like welcomed her into your family.
Yeah.
I can understand seeing it constantly. It could be frustrating, but also like, why are you on the flip side going, oh my God, my sister and her partner got a baby?
Also, my sister and her partner have decided to assist me in the life that I brought into this, which I do not want to raise, and the biological mother doesn't want to raise, and his wife doesn't want to raise.
Yeah.
Why does that matter? Why do you need to put them into the abyss of nothingness? Because do you not think with all the technology that we have now that kid is not going to do an ancestry test, is not going to do a 23andMe test, and eventually come back and talk to you? And there's no way that in my, God, I at least hope that someone is that narcissistic that they just don't care. Like, give it away. It's a living, breathing person. That's a person.
It has come out.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that, like, can happen. Abortion can be an option for some people, and for some people, it's the only option. But also, there's a lot of complications that can happen, go along with it. And there's a lot of, like, mental things that'll shake you up when it comes to it as well. So like if she chose just to go full through, again, that's her choice. It's her fucking body. Also, you decided to put the P in the V, so like get the fuck over it. Like, did you miss how babies were made? And I love how it was a secret affair for 2 years. At least I'm honestly wondering if it wasn't and if his wife knew, and then it was just like, well, shit. Also, the fact that their mom knows all these, like, deep, dark details, like, holy crap.
So they probably, like, stayed with them. I also like that the grandparents were like, we're just happy to have a grandbaby.
I know, like, I love that. And I love how their parents were, like, super into it. I love how immediately it wasn't, look at your brother, Mr. Perfect, totally fucked up. It was, oh, my God, we've wanted a baby. It's, like, this is a great opportunity. And it seems that they, like you said, they did all the prep, they had all the conversations, they were already talking about all the things. And instead of going out, spending all the money, doing all the things, there was a kid right there that was part of their family that they could bring in. And not that that baby could have gone to an amazing family. It could have, but they're an amazing biological family. Like, how often is that? I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
Also, to say, like, they could have gone to a normal family. Okay, how
Rude.
do you know that?
Also, buddy, do you think you're normal? Because I think your definition...
that he had, like, get away from this fucked up family.
I know. I love how he says fucked up family. How's that family fucked up? The only person who's making interesting decisions is you, sir. So flip the mirror around.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I also just feel bad. I hope that, like, the girl's partner, like, she's, like, so excited, and I hope it doesn't ruin, like, the first couple of months of her having the baby.
I honestly don't think it does. Like, I think at one point she's more annoyed, but I think, like, she's very excited. They love their kid. They hang out with their kid. I mean, like, worst comes to where if this guy is a complete asshole and just so annoying, like, fun fact, you don't have to see him. At all.
It sounds like they, like, want to just exit off, too.
Yeah, I know. I'm just, like, it's, yeah. I mean, everyone's like, but blood is blood. And I think it comes to certain times, though, where there's just like some people that you just don't need in your life, and it doesn't matter if you're related to them or not. Which I feel like that's what he was thinking with the kid, but like it upsets my wife. Congratulations, there was a human who was brought into this world.
That's what it's like the divorce won't go well for her.
I know. I was like, won't go well. What I'm thinking is she would end up like, what happens is sometimes, I know in Canada at least, that if they measure out like what everybody makes and all the other stuff and the cost of like having a kid, it may put them into poverty, so they won't allow them to actually get divorced if it'll put one of the parents under the poverty line. And I know that's something that happens in Canada. I'm not completely like astute when it comes to the judicial system, especially with like it doesn't list the state specific or anything. So there is that, but like no one's paying anybody else support. They just took them on. I don't know if that would just be like a straight adoption or if they would have had to pay. Like clearly they were already saving up to like do other things and everything, and like they seem like a very committed couple. So
why does it matter if like her partner plans on getting pregnant soon?
That doesn't matter. That just means the kid has siblings.
I was like, oh well, they might want to have another baby. Oh my god, I'm so sorry that they want to expand their family.
I think that comes from someone who doesn't have the mindset of wanting to have children. It's like, but you already have one. How come you want to have more? And it's like, well, clearly, if your parents had two of them.
Yeah. I just love that it's like flipped the whole thing of like he used to be the perfect one and now it's like,
oh, maybe not so much. You know, there's a lot of people who just throw that little like sunshine and rainbows thing on, and then you find out, you know, they're not that great.
Also, I'm like, to say to your sister, oh, I want more traditional values. Why do you think you have any say of what family the kids
don't? The thing is, you're choosing to put that child out into the child's care universe. Mm-hmm. You're putting them out there. You have zero say. You're not interviewing these people and then adopting out your child. You're not doing any of that. You're just putting it out there. You have zero idea what that child's future is going to come to, which I think is what he liked more. And I think the have more traditional modern values and all this other stuff was just
you're flat out like you're both just hating on each other.
Well, it's just a poke at her is what that was. It's the continuous like he's an asshole. I personally do not feel that the sister's an asshole. I feel like she, in like the nicest way, is taking care of another kid. She's not, I know some people may see it as like cleaning up his mess. This is not a mess. This is a human being. And she made sure that another human being didn't go out there. Her partner, it wasn't like, and her partner was the one who asked about it. It wasn't even her who like went and like her and her partner are fighting about it. Like they're totally fine.
I don't think she's the asshole. I think that the wife didn't get what she wanted.
Yeah.
And they couldn't just get rid of it. And they're mad that the family has accepted the birth mom.
Yeah. Which, again, it was emphasized like later on in that edit that she's not there all the time. She's like here and there, which she's totally allowed to be because they said that she could be and they're friends with her. And also, everybody else loves this kid. So, like, why do you have, like, a vendetta against a tiny human who is just a pure little soul who has no fucking idea what's going on?
Also, wait until that kid's, like, 16. And, like, if they adopted a kid that they didn't know the bio family, they might want to look for their bio family. And then it's like, oh, by the way, this is her.
Oh, my God, I just realized this is almost like a new age version of One Tree Hill. Because Keith basically just took Lucas on as his kid. And Lucas is Dan's kid, and he wanted Karen to get... That was inadvertent. I just read the title and went, oh, hot damn, sounds spicy.
Kind of, but adjacent. Like, I feel like if One Tree Hill was made now, that would most likely be, like, this a storyline that would be in there. Yeah, Dad cheats on him. Dan's a jerk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that anytime you cannot just, like, throw a person away, because they are a person, and fuck your brother. He's an asshole.
He is an asshole.
Like, you're not an asshole. His wife is annoying. She sounds annoying. Just the way that she's like, It bothers me. It's not a dog that you're allergic to. It's a baby. I'm just like, you know what? If you allowed yourself to have open and stuff like that, and the possibility of something like this happening, then you need to have a preemptive conversation of, if this happens, how will we move forward? And then factor in the fact that the other person who would be involved in it has a fucking opinion too.
I'm also just confused on how the two met.
Yeah, that was giving me like university professor vibes.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, like I was just like, oh, it's like he insists nothing happened until she was 18. Excuse me, sir. Last time I checked, to do a majority of shit in the States, don't you have to be fucking 21 years old?
Also, why, whenever you have to preface or insist, just don't do it.
I was like, you changed somebody's life forever. You changed her whole course of her whole life.
Like, she was 21.
And then you just threw her aside just because you know she wouldn't. I mean, 100%, let us know any feedback that you guys have in the comments or anything. I mean, again, we are Canadian, so we don't know.
Farmers.
We don't know how a lot of that stuff works, but just from reading that straight out, it sounds like another kid was put into a loving home, surrounded by tons of loving, amazing people. When is that ever a bad idea?
Let us know down below. And always stay warped and twisted as ever. Peace.
Thank you so much for listening to us on YouTube. You can find us on all of the socials: Instagram, Pinterest,
TikTok,
Facebook,
Snapchat. But if you're more of a, like, just an audio type person, we're on Spotify Podcast, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. I think we're on Pandora, iHeartRadio, and you can also check us out on the RSS feed.
Thank you so much for listening, and feel free to go re-listen to some of the episodes that we have.